Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time, we continued through the Goblin camp, and after everyone had been dispatched, we had a short conversation with Volo, who is now going off back to our camp in the future, and we found many body parts of a roasted dwarf. We had previously learnt that a dwarf had come on an expedition here to look for a relic, and then in the belongings around this camp we found a dwarf poem, and that dwarf poem read as following: SHA_entrance instruction paper. And I believe what we should have been seeing was this dwarf poem. A eulogy for Selûnite who died in the dark below. Notes about a door under the temple are written in the margins. Now, if that is just the text proper, there doesn't seem to be anything else specific to be learnt. So, without further ado, the four of us can carry on inside and then see about finding what is underneath the temple. Who's in here now? We cleared this out, like 5 episodes ago. Okay. You know what the really simple thing to do is, I think? It's cheesy, but I'm inclined to just leave and go around the long way. I think Gale might have been hit in the interim, but let's have a look in the tracker here. Pinned down on Gale. Gale was hit for 6 piercing damage. Movement speed reduced by 10. Not enough movement. What if we dash? Now we have enough movement. I'm sure Shadowheart can get out of this situation without any problem. Did Shadowheart just go down? No, she's down to 5 HP though. We don't have enough movement to get to the door. It's an action to disengage. Man, it's never easy, is it? If we dash, we're going to take 2 attacks of opportunity, and we now have 5 HP. So what I think is we do an action dash, and then before we move, let's have a healing potion as a bonus action. And then we should be able to get here without having too much danger put upon us. That's excellent. That's fine, that's why we took the potion. Okay. Well, that went terribly. How are we going to heal Shadowheart here? It's too soon for a short rest. We do have like a bajillion Scroll of Cure Wounds. Oh, that's healing word. We've got 4 Scrolls of Cure Wounds, so I think Shadowheart can spare one of those for herself.
Take cure.
That is a terrible roll. Alright, we'll consume another one of these, and then carry on our way using the secret entrance up top that we found previously. So we need to climb these roots. Nope, it's not those roots. It's this ladder. Is it that ladder? Yes. Let's just tell them to walk here they can figure it out for themselves now that it's safe to do so, provided they don't try and walk through this door of their own volition. Man, I thought we'd cleared out this place. Like, we had waltzed through inside before without an issue. Then there were more people. Then there was the shopkeepers. We're getting there, though. Right, let's stop here. Somebody, Astarion, why not you? Please just go and see what was left over here. Yep. Figured they'd have some things of interest. An excerpt from Volo's forthcoming guide to Goblin Society. That is not what I expected Volo to be writing. He seemed far more a prisoner than anything else, but each to their own. And now, back through the crack in the wall, and hopefully we aren't seen immediately. Okay. So it appears there might still be a handful of foes down there watching over the entranceway, but from up here we have the advantage. So the door is on the other side of this room to get us back down to that lower level. Could possibly be sneaking, but this corridor is far longer, and I guess I never walked down that section of it. We only ever made it to this shallower part here. So let's hop on over to the other side of this grand chamber. I don't know why that made me think of like a Scooby-Doo scene where they run through varied doors over and over and over again. And then to get down, which door is it? That's the shop. This is... oh, it's probably that door there. And we scouted this once before, and we do know that there is an ogre down there. So let's have our sneaking faces on, and through we go together. So here we are down in the defiled temple. There is a ladder here, so we might be able to get some range over on this person. Although currently they are not appearing specifically as a threat to us. There's a possibility we could engage in conversation, although currently none of us are drow. Astarion would be the closest to that, and so let's see how this goes. Let's not start stealing stuff, in fact. Let's be a little bit more patient. I assume this was just many dead prisoners and such. Right, Polmer. Are you going to engage in conversation with us?
You not supposed to be here. Leave!
Alright, that was a pretty friendly warning as it goes. And we know we're not going to get a friendly chat. So let's see about waiting for them to be just here. We've spilled blood. They are surprised, which lets us get one free turn in over here. And obviously, we're going to do one of these. That did not work out as planned, but that's fine. We can get everyone here into initiative. And lastly, Gale. Lastly, Gale, what do you fancy? Bit of fireball action? Alright, we're all in initiative. It's Starian's turn. They still have the surprise condition. We should be able to do this pretty swiftly. There goes their surprise. Oh! That was not their turn for the surprise condition. But we're back up and that's fine. It's going just swimmingly. Uh, 15 HP left. Shadowheart left to go. I think it's worth a first level spell slot. To give us our best chance at having this fight be done with before they get an opportunity to lay waste to us in a very painful fashion, I'm sure. And to that effect, I'd rather not take a 60% shot on failure. Do we have any more firebombs? We do. Well, that's unfortunate. Are they going to take 1 fire damage as they run through that, perhaps? No, but they missed. And I will take that every day of the week. There's 100 easy XP. We'll let that fire burn out just a second. Astarion is separate from the party. Nothing over there. Let's just go and pick through some things. I saw a scroll of acid arrow on the ground there somewhere. Unless it got burnt. It did not. One day, one of these things will have like a wizard's spell book or something really interesting in them. But for now, no such luck. Alright, there's an altar over here that looks like it might have some fun stuff on it. They have nothing on their person. Scroll of Burning Hands and a potion of poison. Use that one carefully.
That might be worth a look.
What did we see? A pouch. A ring and some gold. Always welcome. Nothing else hiding around here. And a padlock key. Don't know what the padlock is, but always grateful to have such things. Scroll of web, scroll of acid arrow. Bones. So many bones. No, I do not want to sleep in a canopy bed full of bones. Priestess's journal. Yes, that sounds quest pertinent. Most of the pages in this aged journal have been hastily torn out, perhaps for kindling. Thus, the interlocking circles will bring the full moons to match the stars, while casting darkness where it belongs at the bottom. The chasm to the Underdark will stay sealed. I confess the design is not foolproof to outsiders, but I had to sacrifice complexity for material resilience. I've always wondered why Saloon took me from the Hall of Wonders, to serve at this temple as a priestess. Perhaps this was the reason. Okay. There's some kind of pattern there. Oh, wow, yes. All of the healing potions. Thank you ever so much. Nothing there. Can't get into the funky looking cabinet. And then I'm presuming there'll be like a bunch of food in one of these. But nevertheless, all seems pretty well. Let's fetch the others. And before I do anything else, there is one thing I had forgotten to do earlier, which would have been very handy. Earlier on, we found the Crusher's Ring, speed plus 10 feet. Andrew, being a dwarf, has a base speed of 25 feet as opposed to everyone else's 30 feet. So rather than giving everybody else a 30 up to 40, we're going to give Andrew a 25 up to 35 with this ring. Give me 1 second and I will move various scrolls around to people who can actually cast them. Alright, I did some light admin and I also swapped out Andrew's necklace. He's now equipped with the Absolute's Talisman because he has 39 max HP. So for him to be at 25% of his hit points, that's 9, which is high enough that he could still probably take a hit and benefit from receiving that 1d8 hit points over and over again, as opposed to everyone else that's going to be far closer to 0 when that would have the ability to proc. And we don't need the scroll of the spell of Animal Friendship quite as much. So let's just warily look for traps moving forwards. Nice skeleton, classic. Scroll of Aid is lovely. Couple of braziers. Not on things that can be attacked and dropped. So the book we found told us about some kind of orientation of the moon and the sun and the stars or some such. Doesn't seem to be anything over there, so I'm not even going to try jumping on that. Let's get Astarion to hold up there a second while everyone else catches up, since there's evidently been no traps sprung. And then back to Astarion. Okay. That looks like a interesting puzzle. So what I'll do is we'll do a quick lap of this room, looking for any kind of threats or things to be dealt with first, and then next time we'll start decrypting the scroll that we found, the diary, and seeing if we can't put into place what might be happening around here. Oh, hello.
Something over there.
Over where? Was it this? Or did you see something else? A lever. A locked lever. Okay. It might be that this whole puzzle related to this doorway opening. But I'm still gonna give this a little look over in case these are two unrelated things. But you know, as rogues often do, they find something to pick, something to unlock and be sneaky with. The giant cobwebs up here really fool me with lots of sense of safety. But, okay, it seems that there's no present danger down here, so join me next time. We'll poke around with this puzzle and find out if I didn't just completely undo it by unlocking this lever over here instead. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.